Hey guys, good evening once again, and thank you so very much for joining the meeting or class. So today we will start new topic. That new topic is information security. So once this one is completed, then I will go for network security. So before going to start about information security, okay, so I will explain about couple of things. So I created RK Technologies 21st batch. Already this URL link or folder link I provided to a couple of students already. So in this particular folder, you can see a couple of material I added. First one is Windows logon types. It's one of the favorite interview question as well. Anyway, please go through this one. There are approximate type 0 to type 9 logon types. Second one is use case or correlation rule creation. This is what I was explaining yesterday. Approximate, I think 4 to 5 correlation rules I created. Okay. So you can prepare for one correlation rule, and at the time of the interview, just you can open this particular Excel sheet and you can read it. So especially this logic is very, very important. This logic only respect to interview they will expect from us. But anyway, you have to read everything as it is. There is nothing to change. Otherwise, you can explain in your own words also. That is also well and good. So that is about second one, correlation rule creation part. That is the second Excel sheet or second material whatever I uploaded. So third one is untitled spreadsheet. This is nothing but our main information security, whatever I'm going to start now. Otherwise, I can delete this one. One second. This is empty. Just I will delete this one. Next one is targeted SOC use cases for effective instant detection response. Just you can go through this one, but it's not a mandatory to read about this one and to understand. Just you can go through at a glance and you can see what's going on and how we can create a couple of use cases or correlation rule. But there is no need to remember anything in this one. Okay, next one is SM components diagrams. Okay, so diagrams we discussed. Starting with the generic architecture diagram and also IBM QRadar, Splunk, logarithm, Exabeam, then HP ArcSight or MicroFocus. All those diagrams, I put it into one respective document. So please go through that one also. So this is the PDF document and this is the Word document. Both are same as it is. Next one is security instant investigation. What are we discussed in the class? All those things already I provided investigation and how to do and what to do and how to explain. So first tab is for brute force attack. And the second tab is for malware category of the attack. Third one is for ransomware attack. Phishing email I did not complete yet. This one we are going to discuss tomorrow morning class. Next one is VPN authentication failures. Next one is WASP top 10. Okay. So these are all the different types of security instant investigation. As I said in the class, either you can explain about malware for the end user system is got compromised, or else one of the server got compromised by malware. Okay. So second one is ransomware attack. One of the end user system is got compromised ransomware attack. One of the server got compromised ransomware attack. So please go through this one. And if you have any queries, let me know in the tomorrow class. So that is about security instant investigation. So at the time of the interview, just you can open this sheet. Just you can read it also, but read it properly. Okay. Next one is roles and responsibilities Excel sheet. In this one, first tab belongs to SOC roles and responsibilities. What is L1 role and what is L2 role? So these two things I explained because you are putting only 4 plus or 5 plus or 2 plus or 1 plus. 1 plus people you can explain up to only here. Maybe 4 plus up to 6 plus or 7 plus. You can explain combination of L1 as well as L2. Entire thing you have to explain. So that is SOC roles and responsibilities on the first tab. Second tab belongs to vulnerability management. So I provided roles and responsibilities of the vulnerability management. This is dedicatedly applicable to vulnerability management vacancy only, not for SOC vacancy. Okay. I provided approximate 10,000 servers in my organization and so on. Third one is EDR. So in the EDR side, in case you are applying for any EDR vacancy. Okay, so in that particular scenario, these EDR roles and responsibilities you can explain. Okay, I provided into everything. So next one is GRC. So GRC is not completed yet. So I'm going to complete this one. So give me maybe 1 or 2 days. I'm going to complete our GRC part of information security. Okay, this is part of information security. So next one is firewall roles and responsibilities. So firewall's roles and responsibilities is not completed yet. So I'm going to complete. Okay, so within 1 or 2 days. So that is about roles and responsibilities wise. And don't apply any pen test jobs. When I say pen test, penetration testing or application security. Why? Because you should know at least one of the programming language. Okay. So you can apply, but it's very difficult to crack the interview. You should be aware of the manual penetration testing and also automated penetration testing. So next one is a resume. I attached a couple of based on your experience. You can go and you can edit whatever you like, but don't edit this one directly. So you can make your own format. In that format, maybe you can copy paste all these roles and responsibilities wise. So yesterday Madhu was asking, right? Madhu and also Bindu was asking, explain about scan rule creation in the Nessus tool. So already I provided the document as well. So latest version of the Nessus tool is 7.1.5. And how to create scan policy. I provided all those templates as well, along with what we discussed in the class yesterday. And also how to create scan rule also I provided. This is the scan rule. So just to please go through this one, and also I provided steps as well. So Bindu, do you have any query on this one?
Thank you. I have seen in the morning. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And also a couple of example vulnerabilities also I provided related to Windows as well as Linux. Please go through this one also once. This is dedicated to Linux. Okay. So that is about Nessus scan rule creation part. Next one is dedicated to IBM QRadar. So because your main SIM tool is IBM QRadar, for that one I provided couple of architecture diagrams and also distributed deployment diagrams. Additionally, all-in-one box deployments, and also what is meant by event collector, event processor, flow collector, flow processor, all those things. So first one is a generic architecture diagram of the IBM QRadar. Next one is standalone. It's for single location. I will maximize this one. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So this is for the standalone deployment. Okay. So data collection, data processing, and data searches. Nothing but event collection and event processing. And finally, whatever alerts we are going to receive. Sometimes event we can also represent data. That's what I said in the class as well. So this is the event data and this is the flow data. So IBM QRadar is supporting collection of both events as well as flow data also. So flow data wise, span or mirror method we have to use. So example, you can see one of the router and one of the switch. In this router and switch, one of the interface we have to configure is span or mirror interface. That interface we have to give to the flow collector. So flow collector, it will collect the flow data using hardware collector method. And event collector, it will collect the respective logs from the different types of log sources. Then it will complete parsing, normalization, and aggregation. You can see right side. Those logs, it will go to our log processor, sorry, event processor or flow processor. Then it will complete our indexing, querying, and also filtering. And whatever log process happened, all those logs, it will store in the node. That is for storage purpose. And whenever any attack is trying to do any malicious content in that scenario, so those logs, it will hit our correlation rule engine. That is nothing but custom rules. Finally, front end of the QRadar console alerts will be generated or offenses will be generated. So those offenses will take care of the L1, L2, and L3 instant investigation or forensic analysis. So this for standalone deployment. And in the similar way, distributed deployment also somewhere I provided. Yeah, this is the distributed deployment. So this distributed deployment, I give an example of Bangalore headquarter, Hyderabad, Chennai, Pune is branch offices. But this particular distributed deployment contains, so Italy is a headquarters. So Germany is a remote branch offices. And also Sweden is also one of the remote branch offices. French is one of the another remote branch offices. So whenever if you want to collect the logs and also flow data, there are two parameters we have to think to select whether we want to use collector and processor or else directly can we send the logs. What are those two parameters, guys? Anyone? I'm repeating one second question. If we want to use event processor or flow processor, event collector and flow collector, or else. So directly we can send the logs to our headquarters. What are those two parameters we have to consider? Based on which parameter? Anyone? It's architecture diagram, important interview question also. I already explained and also given notes as well. Anyone? Am I audible by the way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yeah, what is the answer? You know or not? Yes or no at least?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Navya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so here, what are those two parameters? One is hardware cost. So whether in the remote branch offices, it will give the more cost if you are purchasing or putting in the respect to hardware device in the respect to remote branch office locations, or else all these logs if you are sending to the headquarters, that one will cost expensive. According to these two parameters, we can decide. I'm repeating once again, whether hardware cost is involved more in the remote branch offices or else all the logs and flow data we are sending to our headquarters, it will be expensive. After comparing these two costs, whatever low cost it is involved, so that one we will choose it. Okay. So next one is all-in-one deployment. This is what all-in-one deployment. It's a single hardware box. Most of the cases, this particular all-in-one box deployment, we will use it for our startup companies or small or medium business companies. For enterprise level, we can use standalone or distributed deployment. For small or medium business companies, we can use all-in-one box. That means approximate our EPS count or flow per second count is less than 2000 per second. For those deployments, we can use all-in-one box. Okay. So next one is HA deployment. This is also explained in the generic architecture diagram when we discussed. So this is the actual high availability deployment on the IBM QRadar side. This particular architecture diagram is applicable to even other vendors as well. So this is our QRadar console on the primary side. And this is the QRadar console secondary device. So event processor and flow processor on the primary device side. In the similar way, event processor and flow processor on the secondary device side or backup side. Finally, event collector and flow collector once again on the primary device side. Event collector and flow collector on the backup side. So this technology is called as anyone. What is overall technology is called as or topology is called as?
Sir, is my voice audible, sir?
Yes, it is.
High availability, sir.
It's high availability, that's right. What is this topology we can call it as?
Logical topology.
No, not logical topology.
Star topology.
No. It is called as mesh topology. Mesh topology meaning here this event collector we can give to this event processor, this event collector we can give to this event processor and so on. So it looks like a mess up So that is the reason this topology, we can call it as a mesh topology. We have other topologies as well, bus topology, round robin topology. So these are all the other topology technologies. We studied long back in engineering first year in the electronic devices circuit. Same technique we have to use here itself. Okay. So after that, log collection from the IBM QRadar side. Okay. So there are different types of log collector agent method it will support. Sixth one you can ignore. Apps method, it does not support by IBM QRadar. One is bin collector agent method or collector agent method. Second one is the WMA method. Third one is MSRPC method. Fourth one is syslog method. Fifth one is flow collector method. So these are all the different types of log integration methods are supporting by IBM QRadar. All those integration methods also I provided. Please go through this one. But my notes is very simple as compared to this high vocabulary, whatever I given in the respect administrator guide. Next one is what is coalescing? So coalescing is duplicating or removing the duplicates or bundling all the different types of similar types of log events into single event. That is called coalescing. And offense, obviously, it is a incident or alert in the IBM QRadar. False positive, it's a fake incident. Anyway, this one we are going to discuss part of network IDS and network IPS. So next one is flow sources. And what is rule, what is credibility, what is relevance, what is CBRT, what is magnitude, what is DSM, okay, what is L2L and L2R, where we have to define this L2L and L2R, anyone? Where we have to define this L2L and L2R? EDR? No.
I think correlation rule engine.
Exactly, that's right. It's a correlation rule engine.
Yeah.
In the correlation rule engine, after selecting the building blocks, we have to choose whether local to local or local to global. That is nothing but L2L and L2R. Okay. So local or global, we have to select. That is nothing but local to local or local to remote. If it is a global, local to remote. If it is a local, means local to local only. So what is log source? What is magistrate? This is what I am saying. Magistrate, it's basically, it will identify the overall network traffic and against whatever custom rules we created. So that is called magistrate. And what is net flow data? And QID. What is QID? What is QID?
QRadar will provide
Yeah, QRadar ID. QID means QRadar ID. These QRadar IDs we can define at the time of the creating correlation rule. Yesterday only we discussed. Example, virus detected, malware detected, ransomware detected, all the category of the attacks and also DOS attack, DDoS attack. For those type of category of the attacks, we have to define the QRadar ID number as well. So these QRadar IDs will act as signatures. And these QRadar IDs we have to collect from administrator guide, QRadar administrator guide. So how we can identify the QRadar administrator guide? Just go to Google and type QRadar administrator guide. This is basically implementation guide. Just you can download this QRadar administrator guide. It contains more than, I think, 400 to 500 pages. So it's very difficult to remember all these steps unless otherwise if you have the practical experience. Okay. So if you have the time permits, if time permits, please go through this one also. It's a completely implementation basically. Okay. And also we have one more thing is QRadar user guide also. QRadar user guide means SOC L1, L2, L3T, what exactly they will take care based on the roles and responsibilities wise. So here you can type QRadar user guide. So just it will come QRadar user guide. This is related to our L1, L2, L3 SOC operation. This is also, once again, it contains more than 200 to 300 pages. Okay. So yeah, it's very big document. There is no need to go also. My notes is sufficient to crack the interview. So go back to our folder now. Yeah, reconnaissance. Okay, so reference set. So reference set also one of the interview question. If you are going through this document, you can crack any IBM QRadar interview questions along with my notes. So I provided almost 99% of the interview point of questions, along with even a design and implementation architecture point of view also. Please go through all these documents as well. So that is dedicated to QRadar material. Next one is ISO 27001 checklist. This one I'm going to discuss tomorrow. It's a part of information security, basically. If you want to become as an internal auditor in the security field, so chartered account will take care of the finance audit, and our security audit will be taken care by our information security manager or internal auditor. So dedicated to security. So example, couple of companies, they are recruiting for the information security auditors as well. Those companies are example KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, EY, Ernst & Young, NCC Corporation. All these companies, they will recruit dedicated to internal auditors or external auditors or information security managers. Okay. That is the syllabus we are going to discuss about information security. It's a part of GRC. This I will explain tomorrow. So next one is interview questions. Couple of interview questions I already given in this Excel sheet. And also I uploaded all these interviews, discussions, whatever we discussed for previous batches. Go to my YouTube and you can go to the playlist. In that playlist, we have 3 videos, SOC interviews 1, SOC interviews 2, and SOC interviews 3. Please go through all those interview questions. It contains approximate more than 200 interview questions. If you are clarifying all those interview questions, okay, so more chances are there to crack the interview. Okay. So, and also you can go through this particular document as well. Additionally, other than YouTube videos. Next one is information security. This one just now I created to take the online classes. Next one is incident tracker. This one I did not explain yesterday or day before yesterday. This one once I will go to the, once I'll conduct the offline class, there I'll explain what is incident tracker. Next one is cybersecurity material. This material for online classes. I think 17th batch or 18th batch, I took online class. For those people, I provided this material. So, but it does not contain full material and also full abbreviations and in-depth analysis, whatever notes I'm giving to you in the class. So, if you want, you can go through this material also. Okay. Next one is cyber security and attacks. Please go through this material also. It is not required each and every page. It contains overall 80 pages. Wherever it is important, those things you can go and you can discuss. First page is very important. You can go and read all this. Second page is not required. So third page is required. So go through all this material. And yesterday I was saying correlation rule creation in the Exabeam and also Splunk, Securonics and ELK. Did you remember? Did you remember? In the material, I told that I will provide Splunk and also Exabeam, Securonics and ELK correlation rule.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think page number I forgot. So that may be around 60 or 70 page number. So around 5 use cases or correlation rule I provided. What are you like? And also respect to vendor wise also. What are the antivirus vendors we have or EDR vendors we have, DLP vendors we have, encryption vendors we have, HDS, HAPS vendors we have in the endpoint security side, in the network security firewall side, and also network IDS, network IPS side. On the cyber security side, SIM tools, vendors, vulnerability assessment vendors, penetration testing vendors. In the similar application security side, vendors related to web application firewall and application scan related to SAST, DST, and TPS scans vendors or tools, email gateways, proxy or web gateway, cloud security brokers. So these are all the vendors. Couple of times you can see in job description, all these vendor names so that you should be aware of who is what, right? So those are all vendor names. And these are all the regularly used investigation URL links. And this is the process monitor. For manual investigation purpose, we can use this process monitor. And a couple of event IDs also. In the class, we discussed approximate 2 or 3 event IDs only. That is 4624. It's for authentication success. Second one is 4625. That is for the authentication failures. But nowadays, what at the time of the interview, they are not asking about these two. Even though you are giving these two answers, interviews are not satisfying. Other than Windows Event ID 4624 and Event ID 4625, can you provide any other 3 Event ID numbers? So approximate 60 to 80 Event IDs are there. You can remember other than Event ID 4624 and 4625, approximate 4. What are you like? Is it clear on the Event IDs? Any doubt on Event IDs?
No, sir. Yes, clear.
Yeah, other than Event ID 4624 and 4625, you have to remember another 3 or 4 Event ID numbers. Hope it clears. So next one is, okay, forget about this is ID numbers. And next one is our SIM tool. Or you can go through all these. Okay, this is for Exabeam side. And architecture diagrams. And all the vendor side. IBM QRadar. Next one, Exabeam, Splunk. Okay. Licensing features, everything it is provided. And also I given notes as well. And this is Instant Lifecycle Management Process, ITL process. Next one, couple of definitions. Yeah. So these are all the correlation rule creations. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here, SIM rule creation part. Already in the Excel sheet of the IBM QRadar side, I already provided 5 use cases or correlation rule. You can go and read those 5 use cases or correlation rule. Additionally, for Splunk side or Exabeam side or ELK side or Securonics side. So these 5 correlations is applicable, same as it is. Okay. First one is VPN connection from multiple WAN IPs. What is the possible use case? How we can, differentiate or call this particular use case as a? Anyone? VPN connections from multiple WAN IPs. What is another attack name?
Impossible.
Excellent. That's perfect answer. Yeah, that's perfect answer. Impossible traversal attack, use case or correlation rule. So I provided also log into the respective Exabeam or Splunk or Securonics or ELK tool and create a correlation rule. You no need to remember all these rule definition or rule value, rule name, rule description. Just you can remember only rule expression. That is sufficient. Only rule expression. This rule expression is nothing but logic. So it will use AND Boolean algebra function. You can see here. And also it is using AND Boolean algebra function. Okay. So this rule logic is sufficient at the time of the interview. Okay. That is for impossible traversal attack or else VPN connection from multiple WAN IPs. Second correlation rule is for abnormal amount of data for organization has been uploaded to a file sharing site. Can you give possible use case? Which log sources logs it will identify this one? Abnormal amount of data for organization has been uploaded to a file sharing site.
DLP.
DLP, that's right. Meaning here, large amount of the data or huge amount of the data or not normal event of the data. It's an abnormal amount of the data. That is not even high amount of the data. It is uploaded. Example, Google Drive or OneDrive or virustotal.com. That is the perfect use case. This one we have to suspect as a DLP data breach or data exfiltration. For that one, rule expression is this one. Okay. Next use case is for the ransomware attack. Okay. So in I think Sai is attended last week one of the interview. In that interview, they asked about same thing. So can you explain about ransomware use case or correlation rule? Okay. So this is the logic for the respect to ransomware attack. Hash value, ransomware underscore extension. Because there are different types of ransomware attacks are there in the news. Akira, Clop, Conti 2.0, Conti 3.0, Lockbit 3.0, and so on. So that is the ransomware underscore extension. Nothing but different types of category of the ransomware. File extension. So file extension meaning here, what a file category, whether it is a .dll file or else whether it is a .exe file, .ptt file, .csv file, .html file, and so on. And is a Boolean algebra function. Sequence count. Okay. So nothing but our integrity value, basically, that is called sequence count. Host underscore file extension. Whatever file end user is downloaded in the host machine. That may be laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop or even Windows server or Linux server. So that is the meaning of host file underscore extension file write. Meaning here, once the end user or attacker is sent an email related to phishing malware attachment or maybe drive-by downloads or maybe something we are copying through pen drive. In that scenario, it is not only just reading the file is not sufficient. As per cyberrkcybertechnology process, it has to do the installation and exploitation. That is about our cyberrkcybertechnology process, right? Recognition, weaponization, transport or delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and actions on objective. So here, file underscore write meaning here, exploitation as well as installation. That's called file write. Equal to 1 is a true condition. When this particular logic it is happening, automatically our attacker is encrypting the files and password is there with the attacker, and attacker will ask either money or bitcoins or payment of the ransom. So that is the example of the logic for the ransomware attack. Okay. But yesterday we have seen even in IBM QRadar also a virus detected and malware detected. If you want to create a correlation rule in IBM QRadar, what we have to remember? Anyone?
QID.
Exactly, that's right. QRadar ID numbers. It's a very complicated, right? To remember all these QID numbers and also at the time of explaining at the time of the entry point of view. So better you can explain this correlation rule. Okay, so in case if you like, okay, so this is applicable to, as I said, exabeam, and also applicable to logarithm, also applicable to ELK, Securonics, and exabeam as well. Next one is abnormal amount of data written to USB. It's once again data loss or data leak prevention use case or correlation rule. Meaning here, large amount of the data we are copying to pen drive or memory stick or external hard disk. So that is about the rule expression related to copying something to pen drive. But don't go with these complicated logics. Example explain about ransomware attack. That's very simple as compared to this one. Okay. So last one is abnormal number of accessed hosts per user. Okay. One of the user is access so many hosts or end user machines or servers or databases. So that is the meaning of the here. So regularly maybe is accessing around 10 either host, laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop or a couple of servers. But this particular use case or correlation rule for is accessing so many hosts that may be laptop, workstation, servers, databases, and applications, and so on. So that is the use case for this one. Yeah. So total, we have there 5 use cases and here 5 use cases. Altogether, we have how many? Total 10 use cases or correlation rule. Whatever you like one, you can explain that particular use case. Any doubt in the correlation rule or use cases?
No, sir.
Yeah. Please go through this material also. And in case if you have any queries in the tomorrow offline class, you can ask me. And cryptography I provided very well. Please go through this one also. And this particular investigation, you can see, this is called SOP. SOP. What is my SOP? It's a standard operating procedure document. This SOP also called as playbook or runbook. Okay. So what is it meant by SOP exactly? whenever any security incident or alert is receiving, what L1 team has to do, what L2 team has to do, or what L3 team has to do. Otherwise, L1, L2, L3 is also called as Tier 1 or Tier 2 or Tier 3. So this is example SOP for malware outbreak procedure. Nothing but malware investigation, right? So this is dedicated. So which tool is this one? Anyone? Which tool is this one? Based on this particular screenshot.
Logarithm.
Exactly. That's perfect answer. It's a logarithm SOP. That's right. Okay. So initial case creation. So Tier 1 team, what exactly they will do? Okay. So I provided everything here. And Tier 2, Tier 1 investigation steps. Whatever Sai has took the class, all those things. Okay. So it's a drill down investigation and so on. All this information is provided. And what L2 team has to do, once L1 team is escalating to L2 team are true positive, and what L3 team has to do, Tier 3 team has to do. So this is the way each and every company will create for every attack SOP. A couple of companies after onboarding in a company, because you're keeping 1 year experience, 2 year experience, and 3 year experience, they will not give any KT. Okay, when you say KT, knowledge transfer or training, they will throw all these SOPs on your face. Please go through these SOPs and you can straight away work on our incident investigation. Because some of the urgent vacancies will be there, right? For those companies, basically. So they will provide all these SOP documents to you and you have to follow exactly how to do and what to do and so on. Each and every step they will provide. Just you have to follow this document. That's it. Okay. But cracking the intent is difficult. So next one is what is malware? So a couple of recommendation what exactly we have to do. Next one is one more investigation I provided. One more investigation or SOP otherwise. And you can go through our cryptography as well. This perfectly, it is nice document for cryptography side. What is this one, guys? SSL TLS hybrid cryptography. What is meant by this one?
SSL TLS certification.
No.
When we are browsing a website.
What this one is called as another name for
process.
this
one. Client and
SSL TLS mutual authentication.
Exactly. SSL TLS mutual authentication. So all these material, by the by, where I took it from or where I copy pasted, it's from CISSP book. CISSP book. It's a customized material basically. I will go through different types of documents. So example, ISACA, European Council, IS Square, CISSP book, and also CISM book, CISA book, and I can make all these customized material. Okay. And you can see differences between symmetric and asymmetric also. And compliances, this one I'm going to discuss in the today class, part of information security, and also WASP top 10. And at that time, this particular document actually, I am updating regularly. This document I created in 2018 when I was teaching in V-Square Technologies in Bangalore. So that is the reason you can see here, V-Square as a thumbnail or backend printout. Okay, so this is the Palo Alto side. What are the dashboard? I mean, once you are opening the Palo Alto, what exactly we will see. But in our class, I'm going to explain on FortiGate because I don't have Palo Alto. That time I have Palo Alto firewall in my hand. Okay. Next one is monitor tab. So monitor tab, why we can use monitor tab? Anyone? Firewall monitor tab, why we can use?
To monitor the traffic.
One is for the firewall instant investigation, not SIM tool. Firewall instant investigation of the L1, L2, L3, not SOC. dedicated to firewall L1, L2, L3. Second one, I said, okay, so if you want to troubleshoot in case logs are not reflecting in SIM tool, what did I say? Go to monitor tab if it is a Palo Alto firewall. If it is FortiGate firewall, please go to log and report tab. Did you remember?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, here we have to do packet capture in case our firewall logs not reflecting in SIM tool, or network IDs, network IPs logs are not reflecting to SIM tool, or maybe proxy, or maybe one of the application, or one of the database. Always we have to do packet capture in the firewall itself. We have to provide source IP, destination IP. Source IP, if it's a firewall source IP. A destination IP, SIM tool IP address. If it is one of the database, logs are not reflecting, and source IP is our database server, and destination IP is our SIM tool. Take one more web server. In case logs are not reflecting web server logs in SIM tool, our source IP is web server, our destination IP is our SIM tool IP. Then you can do the packet capture in firewall. Then these firewall packet capture you can download. And after that, you have to upload this particular PCAP file in our Wireshark. Then you can do the TCP IP layer analysis, starting with the transport layer, application layer, network or internet layer, finally network interface layer, and firewall deployment methods, and firewall logs integration. So syslog server method. Log into firewall, go to devices tab or settings tab, click on syslog server option, and create SM tool IP, SM tool host name. You can see here, all these things are available. And the antivirus, that time I was teaching silence. So the silence dashboard. And finally, security center. It's for Nessus tool. Okay, this is the how to create scan policy and scan rule. And that time Exabeam I was teaching. So it's Exabeam tool. Yeah. So that is about overall document, what to read and what you should not read. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In case, if you have any queries after going through this document, you can let me know. And once again, I'll explain.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Next one is one more resume I attached. I think this resume is good for either Harsha or maybe Bindu or maybe Sai, not Sai Teja, one more Teja. Teja and also who else? Preetham, not Preetham. Yeah. Additionally, Madhu. For you can use this resume, Abdul Ghafoor resume. So he has more than 10 years of experience. He put 10 years of experience. You can use this resume. For freshers, you can use this resume. Resume security analyst 1, security analyst 3, security analyst 2 on the resume side. Okay. So that is the material. Still, I have to upload couple of other material as well. I did not complete yet. Once I'll complete, I will post it. Any doubt on how to access all this material?
No, sir.
No, sir. Clear.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, already I think 45 minutes are completed. Now I will start our information security. So I created one of the new sheet, and here I'm going to teach about information security, or whenever I'm taking to online classes, all those things I will update here. Okay, is it fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So we'll start the information security now.
Yes.
Phishing email ID is pending. That one I will not teach in online because I have to provide a lot of use cases and scenarios. That one maybe in tomorrow morning class we can discuss, part of offline. Yeah, information security. Before going to information security in-depth analysis, first is what is information security. So as I said, information is the collection of data. That data may be any data. That may be critical data or non-critical data. Once again, the data is divided into 3 types. One is internal data, one is public data, third one is confidential data. So all this collection of the data, we can call it as information. And information security will explain about overall organization security, overall company security. So information security, it's like an umbrella. Under this umbrella, what are we discussed so far? Example, endpoint security, network security, application security, product security, cloud security, physical security, cyber security as well. All these will fall under. Information security like a mother and father, remaining all other security technologies like a children's. Okay. Now, information security will explain about overall company or organization security. That security is called as information security. So under this one, we have 4 subdomains. Those domains are topics otherwise. First one is governance. Second topic is risk. And third topic is compliance. In short, we can call it as a G, first letter in governance. And risk first letter is R. And compliance first letter is C. So altogether GRC. Okay. So second topic part of our information security, our subdomain, implementing ISO 27001. Whenever we are referring information security, most of the cases, 80% of the cases, it belongs to information security. That one we can represent as ISO 27001. That one, second topic. Third topic is risk management. What is risk? How we can do the risk management? What is risk analysis? Once we are identifying any risk, what the maximum risk score, what the business impact, and also once we are identifying the risk, how to mitigate those risks. That will fall under risk management. Last topic is BCP and DR. Business continuity planning and disaster recovery. So these 4 topics will fall under information security. GRC, we have vacancies. Implementing dedicated to ISO 27000, we have vacancies. Dedicated to risk management also, we have vacancies. Example, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. Okay, so next one is other banks like SBI Bank. So Wells Fargo. All these dedicated to risk management, they have vacancies. Last one is BCPDR, Business Continuity Planning and Disaster Recovery. For this one also we have vacancies. So here we can create 4 vacancies by the way. Okay, not only 4, we can create more than 10. For GDPR, 1 vacancy. For PCI DSS, 1 vacancy. For SOX complaints, 1 vacancy, and so on. That one I will explain tomorrow. So that is about overall introduction about information security. So information security will explain about overall company or organization security. So under this one, first topic is governance, risk and compliances. First, we'll go with governance. Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, on the governance side, what governor will do? Governor will give advice to chief minister, and according to that, he can act in our state level. In the similar way, governance in the organization level. What is meant by governance? Okay, governance will explain about business objectives and business goals. So example, if I want to say in our practical day-to-day life, maybe you want to deploy one of the new company or startup company. Okay, you are starting one of the startup company. You should not only think about how much profit I will get it or how much losses I will get it. Additionally, you have to think about what are business objective and business goal, mission, vision, and also whatever business you are doing. Whether you are doing healthcare business or insurance business or banking sector business or pharma business or maybe automobile industry, or educational industry, or one of the college, or one of the hospital, and so on. Everything is business verticals, basically. So whenever you are doing, these are the different types of business verticals or business, you should not think about second day onwards, how much profit I will get it, how much loss I will get it, and so on. You should think about even how our business objectives, business goals should be aligned with our information security. Why we have to think about information security also? Anyone? Why we have to think information security along with our business objective and business goal?
Sir, because
Anyone?
information plays a crucial role.
Okay, that is one of the reason. Any other?
To prevent data breach.
Data breach is one of the reason. That's right. Any other?
Market competence, if you get the data, they will most likely reply you.
Yes. Yeah, almost everyone who you are explained. Yeah, you are right. Why we have to think about information security also? Any hacking, it's happened. So any attack, it's happened to the respect to organization level. Next day, it is there in the news, stating that so-and-so companies got compromised by so-and-so attack. That's all. Our reputation of the company will be damaged. Our trustworthy of the company will be damaged. Finally, our customers, what business we are going to do, they will lose it. So trustworthy, we can lose it. Once we can lose the trustworthy, that indirectly it will lead to losses. So indirectly, our business objectives and business goal, it is leading losses to the organization level in case if any attack it's happened. That is the reason not only we have to think about our business objective, business goal, and mission of the company and vision of the company, even we have to think about how that particular business objective should be aligned with information security. How we can implement ISO 27001. How we have to follow a couple of compliances and rules and regulations. So that is called governance. So how we can define this governance? Business objectives and business goals should be, not should be, must be aligned with information security. Otherwise, we will lose the respect to business. Okay. If any hacking it's happened, or data breach it's happened, or any attack it's happened. So this is CISSP question, guys. In the CISSP side, dedicated to overall information security, 25% questions they will ask. Meaning what? Example, 150 questions are there in CISSP, are dedicated to information security, 25% of the 150 questions. It will come approximate 37.5 questions only in information security. That much weightage they are giving because information security is very important to the organization level. So this is CISSP question. So next one is for governance side, we'll follow a couple of frameworks. So very famous framework is COVID-5. Nothing but if you want to define any business objective and business goals along with information security, we'll follow a couple of framework or policies. So our governance framework is COVID-5. Okay. So what is this COVID-5? 5 means 5 principles or 5 policies. Okay. So what are those 5 policies we are going to discuss now? COVID full form is first of all, computer, objectives for information, technology. So that is called COVID-5 full form, COIBT. Okay, or BIT, whatever it may be. OB means objectives. Okay. So under this one, we have total 5 key principles. Those key principles are first one, meet the needs of stakeholders. First, what is meant by stakeholder and what is meant by vendor? Anyone? Can you give one practical example? What is the difference between stakeholder and vendor in any company? Can you give practical example?
Stakeholder is the client.
Not exactly. So first is who is vendor?
Vendor, we take service from them. It's like
Exactly, that's right. Vendor, what or tool we are purchasing, what a service we are taking from respective vendor. So that is vendor, you are right, absolutely right. Second, stakeholders from organization point of view, other team members basically. Within the organization, other teams is called as stakeholders. Example, so maybe DevOps team, or TechOps team, or machine learning team, or maybe Windows server team, or Linux server team, and so on. All these team members we can call stakeholders to our security team. And vendor is nothing but what a service we are getting or what our tools we are purchased. So that is the main difference between stakeholders and vendors. And client and customer is different. What are services we are providing to opposite person? That is called customer or client. Is it clear?
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. You are welcome. So first one is meet these needs of the stakeholders. In our organization, is there any other team members required any support or any help? So support them. So that is the first key principle. Second principle is enterprise end. It covers enterprise end to end. So whatever company we are covering, so that business objectives and business should goal, it will cover entire business. So whatever business we are doing. So that means that is the second key principle. Third one is apply single integrated framework. So don't use so many frameworks. You can use single framework so that it is easy way of our understanding and also delivering the projects and also delivering the respective services. So that is the single integrated framework. Enable simple approach or holistic approach. What are process we are defined that should be simple and it should be understandable. That is the fourth one. Next one, last one, separate governance with management. Don't do any politics in between what are business objects we are defining and what are senior management or board of directors they are discussing. So what are governance, like a goals and objectives, always should be different with whatever they are discussing, like internal politics. So that is the fifth one. So these are the 5 principles part of governance. So most of the companies will follow COVID-5 framework related to governance. So governance will explain about business objectives and business goals. That goal should be implementing our information security or maybe what type of business we are doing. According to that one, those compliances we have to follow. For example, you are doing pharma business or healthcare business, you should be certified ISO 27001 along with HIPAA compliances. Maybe you are doing our finance-based, okay, so business or banking business or insurance business. In that scenario, you have to comply from business point of view, ISO 27001 and also PCI DSS. Okay. Because we are making card payment, right? So that particular banking sector, what are cards we are using, net banking or UPI or credit card or debit card and so on. So that is on the finance side. So according to business, whatever we are doing, that business objectives and business goals, we have to follow other compliances. If you don't follow compliances, what will happen? Anyone? If you don't follow compliance, what will happen?
Then all this.
Simple. Will not get business. Will not get projects. Meaning here, example. Maybe tomorrow I am putting one of the companies, RK Pharma company, because I know how to develop the pills or tablets. Now, if I don't certify HIPAA compliance certification and also ISO 27000 certification, whenever I'm exporting tablets or pills to some other country, that may be Australia or Canada or UK or USA or within the India itself, those customers or clients, they will ask, did you certify ISO 27001? Do you have HIPAA related certificate complaints or not? In case you are showing this one as evidence to them, then only they will take our respective tablets or pills. Otherwise, they will not trust. How they can trust us? What are pharma related tablets or pills or any other injections we are providing? So that is one of the perfect example. That is the reason we have to follow the compliances to get the business or to get the projects and so on. So that is the first part in GRC. So we discussed about governance part. Next, I will go with risk R part.
Sir,
Yes.
before.
Yes, please.
Can you once explain key principles, 50 points at once? Can you?
Could you speak a little bit louder?
Fifth point, sir. Can you explain the?
Yeah, separate governance with management. Meaning here, so business objectives and business goals always collective information. So example, our CEO of the company and maybe engineering director or maybe finance director or maybe chief technology officer or CIO officer, all these people, they have to collect together and they have to define what the business objective. Example, maybe TCS company revenue in this year, $25 billion. By 2025, they want to achieve $30 billion. That is the business objective and business goal. Now, our internal management team, they have to work on how to achieve those business objectives and goals, but not like, okay, couple of politics we can make and we can reduce the business to the respective organization. Yeah, so that is called always we have to separate our management conflicts with our governance. So that is meant by separate governance with management. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. That is about overall governance. Then we can move to risk. So before going to risk, first I have to explain about vulnerability. So vulnerability is nothing but any weakness in the system. This one we discussed several times in the class. So example, on the endpoint security side, antivirus or EDR agent is not installed, or DLP agent is not installed, or encryption is not installed, or Windows machines we are not using strong password policies. All these are weakness. On the network side, trust zone and trust zone DM zone is not defined properly. LAN segmentation we did not properly. All these are vulnerabilities or weakness. On the application security side, we are not doing threat modeling. That is one of the weakness. On the physical security side, we did not implement CCTV cameras. On the information security side, we did not do risk management. All these are weakness or vulnerabilities. That particular weakness is called as vulnerability or problem or issue or bug. Next one is threat. If that particular weakness or problem or bug or issue, what are we identified? So one of the person is exploiting that one or breaching that one or hacking that one. That is called as threat. Okay. So finally, risk. Risk has three definitions. Destruction of damage is called as risk. Something we are going to damage by the attacker. That is called risk. And also we can define another definition, that is vulnerability into threat, V into T. And also, whenever if you are doing any risk management, always we have to follow formula is likelihood into impact. We should not use vulnerability into threat. So risk formula is likelihood into impact. Once again, a likelihood definition is always baseline of likelihood will take 1 year. Baseline. So baseline meaning here, whenever if you want to do any risk management or risk analysis, so always we'll consider 1 year is a baseline. Example, on the server side, what are the risks are existing? On the database side, what are the risks are existing? On the application side, what are the risks are existing? So that particular likelihood we will consider is always baseline is 1 year. Okay. So that is called likelihood. 1 second, guys. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys, apologies. Yeah, 1 year baseline we can consider. Next one is impact. Impact meaning here, what are the consequences because of that risk is exposed? That consequences may be financial impact and people impact. Okay, so that is called impact. Consequences. There are two consequences. Those are all financial impact or people. If you are multiplying these two, then risk will come. So always likelihood we can represent as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or else we can represent as a informational, low, medium, high, critical. So that is on the likelihood side. In the similar way, impact side also, informational, low, medium, high, and critical. So already we discussed yesterday this one. What is the maximum risk score for risk management side?
25.
25, that's fine. That's correct. So take example. So y-axis I'm taking as impact. And x-axis I'm taking likelihood. Give me 5 minutes, I'll complete the class. Then we will continue tomorrow. So here low. Sorry, informational. Low. Medium. High. And critical. In the similar way, impact side, informational. So I'll put likelihood here, don't confuse. X-axis likelihood and y-axis is impact. Low, medium, high, last but not least, critical. So always info we can represent with 1 and low with, okay, so 2, medium with 3, high with 4, critical with 5. Okay. So now in this similar way, here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, here 5. Now you can tell me, so risk equals to, what the first box score? What the first box score?
Info.
Likelihood into impact, this one into this one. Critical is 5, otherwise I'll give number. 5 number here. High equals to 4. Medium equals to 3. Low equals to 2. Info equals to 1. Yeah, now you can explain. How much this one, this box score?
1.
1. What about this one?
2,
2. What about this one?
3,
2,
Yeah, this one?
4,
This one?
5,
5.
Yes. In this similar way, what about this one?
2,
2,
2,
4,
4,
6,
6,
8,
8,
10.
10. If you are an auditor, you have to take care of all these guys. Once you are becoming director or manager or any CISO of the company, mainly you will do all this risk management only. Once your cadre is going very high, okay, that particular time period, you have to take care of the risk management only. In my current organization also, I will take care of the risk management. Is there any risk is involved? Because it's very important, crucial role by the by. Okay, so next one is 3. Next one is 6, 9, 12, and 15. In the similar way, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So finally, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. So now we have to define the severity now. So 20, 25, 20, you can configure this one as a critical. So critical I will represent with red. Whenever risk score is coming 20 or 25 or 20 or 20 above, 20 to 25 in between. So that one we can call it as a high or critical risk score. Next one you can consider 15. So I'll put brown, orange, 12, 16, and 15, and also 12. What is this one, guys?
20.
It's a high. So first one is critical. Next one is high. In between 12 to 20. 12 to 20 example is our high, and 20 to 25. So that is critical. Next one is a medium. So 10, 8. So I will represent it with yellow. 9. Next one 8. And also 10. It's a medium risk score after calculating likelihood into impact. And the next one is 5, 4. So I will represent with violet or cyan, whatever it may be. 6, 4. 6. And 4, 5. So this is low. Finally, green. It's a low. So this is the way we have to do risk assessment and risk score. Once you are completing likelihood into impact based on the money value, so how much money value it will come as a finance. Okay, so that money value tomorrow I can discuss, part of risk management. We have separate topic. So in the risk analysis, I'll provide otherwise. Okay, so that is about risk management side, how to calculate the likelihood into impact. By the way, this is not instant score, guys. This is risk management score. Okay. So next one is types of the risk that we can discuss tomorrow. Risk mitigation process, basically. One is risk analysis, risk identification. Next one is risk mitigation. All these things we have to take care. Okay. That we can discuss risk management process tomorrow. Any doubts in the today class?
No, sir.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, please go through all those documents and let me know if you have any queries. Tomorrow I will take offline class, 7:30 our class timings. Is that be okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. Have a nice dinner. Good night and sweet dreams.
Thank you and good night, sir.
Yeah,
Good
thank you
night.
so much.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.